Gotta make sure I can hear the music too. Welcome, everybody. I hope the sound is good. I hope everything is where it should be. Happy Monday, guys, depending on where you bought certain things. As we can see, Bitcoin is currently dumping a little bit, so I mean, we'll take a look at it live while it's on fire, and everything else, of course, we'll follow it. But hey, man, we're gonna take a look at it. Sounds good. Nice. Thank you, Tag. Good. So yeah, a little bit of a later stream tonight. Mondays are my late nights for what I do as a day thing. So yeah, I'll get on a little bit later, but we already had the daily candle close and all that, so we can go ahead and just kind of take a look at the aftermath of what's going on. It'll explain a little bit why we're currently dumping off and where we might be heading from here, you know? So we're going to take a look and let's just get right into it. So let's take a look at what just happened on Bitcoin. All right, so your daily candle close was this one right here, this prior one from what's currently developing, okay? And it closed at 63,624. So the reason that this is not ideal, really, the major point of support was going to be right here at the highest candle close back here in April. All right, so it was like 63,680. So because the last candle on the day closed below it, and it was hanging out above it all the way up until the very last few minutes where it did get pushed down and closed below, which is confirmation that the bears were successful in essentially breaking that level. All right, so that's why you're seeing this current candle really currently going nuts, right? It's down 4% now. Just keeps on building, it seems. It's live falling, okay? So not great, but honestly, you're falling below this peak back here from March 13th as we speak as well. Now, it looks like you're getting some buying here, so I mean, it's pretty volatile right now. All right, you see the price action going on. It came down below, it's being pushed back up. A lot of times you don't really see the candles move like this on the daily, so there's a lot going on right now where buyers are desperately trying to keep it above these prior levels of support back from earlier in the year, okay? But yeah, this daily close, and it closed barely below it, but that is enough to signal to the market, weakness in Bitcoin. And now you're seeing the follow-through action. It was a bearish engulfing candle on the day, and this is just what happens when you get this kind of price confirmation, right? Because this, I mean, and why was this level so important? I mean, you have to really go back. It's not just that it was set up as high as candle close back at this level. That is significant. But when we go left here, more recently, you have to notice, look, it's touched once here, October 22nd, once here, October 25th, right? Held as resistance here, November 2nd, touched it, November 3rd. And then on the way back down, held it here, right? November 10th, held it here. November 12th, touched it here. November 13th, touched it here. November 14th. So really just, 4 or 5 days in a row, aside from all of that history of touching this and regarding it as support, the fact that you closed the candle below it is just confirmation, and people sold off, right? They were literally waiting for that to happen, and it was, I guess, just close enough to where people said, F it, and they just... they sold out of it. So, yeah, you're down 3% on the day. Bitcoin doing this is not good for alts. So, you look across the market. I mean, we can see it in the stream list here, but I want to take a look at the overall. I mean, yeah, just a sea of red. And what's unfortunate about this is all of the setups, the accumulation that we were seeing, those cup with handles and the weekly stuff like that. Some of these coins are at pretty sensitive areas to where Bitcoin pulling back like this, there's a little bit of a chink in the plan. Not a racist term, it's like a fence, you know, like a chain link. Broken, whatever. So that's what's going on, and the market is going to react, okay? Bitcoin is the overlord, the meta, whatever you want to call it, the Marcus Zuckerberg of the tech world, of the crypto world. So when it pulls back, everything follows, all right? So we'll take a look at some other stuff, see what kind of damage is being done. This is live. This is happening right now. So going to see some stuff go on sales, which is saying, yeah, absolutely, man, and welcome. And that's really exactly it, right? The sell-offs here, I mean, you're at 62,000 still, okay? Bitcoin is $62,000 a coin still currently, and there are many levels below where you could start to see it, go, and where you could start to look for areas of support that make it a logical spot to get into, right? Opportunity to buy. Up in these areas, there's no opportunity to buy for a long. It's just kind of going, right? And the only people that are scared right now or upset or getting mad are the people that bought up here at like 67,000, 66,000, right? This is not the area to be buying this thing. So if you're stressing right now over Bitcoin, it's unfortunate, but you're a little bit late to the party. Not nice. All right, but if you've been accumulating down at these levels and everything, I mean, you're fine. You still got all this stuff below. Yeah, you're probably heading down there. This and really, it's just this was kind of the writing on the wall here. Just Class A bearish divergence, very real, and it's playing out. All right, yet on the MACD and the RSI on the daily, I believe that the 3-day. I mean, the 3-day not really showing, but the 3-day in about 2 days, a nasty bearish engulfing candle forming on the 3-day. So, you know, we talked about it before. Where could we potentially see this thing go? Well, let's see. You're currently holding on to this peak back here from March 14th. All right, that's your next level. You've kind of broken down from 63,822, and the follow-through price action is confirming that, but you are holding right now at 61,810. Is your next level of support. All right, so if you break down below that, you're coming to the shoulder May 10th at around 59,618, and then if you break that, you're coming down to this peak from February 21st. It's about 58,390. Okay, that's very real. You could see something like that, and you know, I've done this a few times before, but Bitcoin likes to do this 50% retrace after it's run. So the 50% retrace puts it right around where this peak is here from September 7th, September 8th. Could you see it come down there before going again? It's hard to say. You have to continuously analyze it as it goes down and approaches those levels, because if it's not showing any signs of reversal or anything there, I mean, could break it, could continue down, right? I'm not going to sit here and say definitively that I know what it's going to do. We just have to continue to monitor it and go from there. All right. So, yuck right now. But we'll keep an eye on it, man. We will monitor it, all right? Nothing totally damaging on the weekly. You have 6 days for this candle to get some juice. No bearish divergence on the weekly, which is good. So it's okay. It's okay. Still long-term, all right. But a bearish engulfing might push it down to lower prices, right? Maybe we should film fake snuff films and sell them on the dark web. I have no Bitcoin. Oh, Welp. I was never big on snuff film. Just one of my things. Just a preference, you know. I don't really like rom-coms either, so take that how you will. I guess maybe they're a little different as far as the genre is concerned, but I consider them both equally disturbing sometimes. So yeah, man, that's Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the 4-hour playing off of that bearish shark up here, right? The 113. It's about as deep as a shark can go. Thought there was going to be a bullish 5-0. It did retrace about 50% of its value from that point, right? Right down in here, this gold line, you can see 0.5. So remember that the bullish 5-0 is always a result of a bearish shark. What's snuff? Taylor? I don't think I want to tell you what snuff is. Snuff is like murder porn, I think. It's like videos. If you go on the dark web, you can find like videos of people like murdering people and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Not my cup of tea. I prefer something a little more light. I'm a fan of, don't get me wrong, I like a good gore film, right? Like Spartacus, my favorite show of all time. Full of gore. People just getting limbs cut off and stuff, right? But it's got to be tasteful, okay? And it can't be real either, all right? The reality ruins it for me a little bit. It's somebody actually getting murdered, like on a live stream. It's not as enjoyable for some reason.
Right.
Yes, Taylor, the world is it's a fun place. But yeah, right, bullish 5-0, weak, didn't really play out the way we thought it might, and just kind of bearish convergence going on. You've got a little bit of an RSI trend line going here, so getting actually down towards oversold areas on the 4 hour here, so kind of interesting. If you could start to pivot, let me see here. Trying to see in what world you might be able to develop some class A. Maybe on the 3-day. Yeah, so I mean, look, you're below this little swing here, all right? So if you make a lower low here, let's say you go down here and start to rally back up, all right? So you have your level of negative momentum here. If you can keep this red here lower than this back here, you'll start to paint some class A bullish divergence, right? Which is a reversal to the upside at levels of historical support. That could be a signal that gets us back to where we want to go. But just right now, I mean, you're just selling off right now, man. You're selling off and you're trying to hold 61,810 as support. Okay, so there could be more selling here. There's nothing implying right now a reversal. So it could continue selling down. And as I said, you know, in the beginning, I'm sorry I took the stream there. Hey man, it's okay. That's what happens when it's live. You can just go anywhere. That's the fun of it, right? People can take it on strange directions, and then you talk about it, and it's a new day every day, and you get new material to talk about, and it keeps it entertaining. Taylor seems a little bit shooketh, so we'll make sure she's okay. Maybe we'll give her a spin. Maybe that'll cheer her up.
Test your luck.
Spins for the chat. This is for Taylor. Wow. The God of Gods.
Let the heavens rage!
I think that's the first Zeus as well. There you go. You learn about what snuff is and then you become Zeus. Alright, congratulations on becoming God of the Gods. Very nice. Cool. That's my favorite thing to play too, so I'm glad that somebody finally got that. I was thinking that earlier today. I was like, dang, did I really? Maybe I'll just get rid of the wheel and just play these things, because I don't know, I think they're cool. And I actually got it, so now I can just continue on the wheel. And then I'll start charging people for it. Congrats. Yeah, bear market conversations get weird. Oh yeah, right. Everybody's down. Everyone goes to a dark place, right? Start talking, you start going on dark web, looking up snuff films to make yourself feel better, right? It's like, yeah, I'm down 2.71% today, but at least I'm not getting murdered on live stream for entertainment purposes, right? Could be worse. You're not paying? Nah, I won't charge you yet. Now. You will though, one day. Yeah, so that's Bitcoin. Holding on to your life, 61,810. Okay, again, break below that, 59,618. Below that, 58,390. Below that, probably 53,000. That's where I would see it going. And I kind of hope it gets there, man. Right? Again, the historical context, 50% retrace down to 53,000. Yeah. If I'm seeing signs of reversal down there, I'm buying more Bitcoin for sure. All right. Cool. Says Bitcoin. Let's take a look and see what its little brother's doing. Ethereum. Okay. All right. Interesting. So it's down 4.2% today. The prior candle closed 1.36. So it's down around 5.5%. Really since the end of yesterday into early today. And look, man. Look, it's and this is what I like about this. This is what's cool. Because you can literally watch live what, you know, millions of people across the world are doing. And it's just every candlestick, every day, it's just a battle between people buying it and selling it. And people think it's going to go down. People think it's going to go up. And they're just holding 4,375 for dear life. Look, it's just not moving. All right. And it did get pushed below at one point, but they sucked it right back up. And they're holding on for dear life. Look, it's the peak back here from May 12th. And they're just holding it there, man. They don't want to let it go. Because if it breaks below that, there's really no support until 4,038, right? This peak back here. Most likely $4,000 is where you would be heading. So if you, tomorrow, if you get a daily candle close below this peak back here, I mean, you're probably going to $4,000. But it is cool. It's just not budging, right? And it came down, touched the 200-day moving average on the 4 hour before going back up. So this thing is just stuck at this level. And, you know, say what you want. Technical analysis doesn't work all the time. But, I mean, you can't argue this, that this is not being held like a rock perfectly with this wick from May 12th. All right, so you want to tell me that support and resistance isn't real? I've seen enough cases to know that that's just not true, okay? Support and resistance is very real. People are looking at this stuff, and they know that this price here is important, and there's just a stalemate right now. Now, all this negative action going on, negative momentum still, you know, building. You're just kind of neutral on the RSI. If Bitcoin does, because Bitcoin's got its own battle, right? It's also holding on to a level of support. So if Bitcoin breaks that and goes down, if Bitcoin breaks and goes down, it's going right to what, 61,810? No, 59,618. So if it goes to 59,618, Ethereum's going down to 4,000. So just be prepared for that. And again, even that's okay. Because down there, you start getting into Fibonacci levels. Yeah, that lines up perfectly with the 382, which is when you start to... the 382 is where it's enough to be considered a swing high. So once this retraces down to the 382, this would be considered a swing high. This would be enough to be considered a swing. All right, so could see it hold there. If not, I mean, coming down here to 3,688. But you'll notice here too, with these trend lines, it's also fallen out of that trend line, right? It's broken the demand line. So, I don't know, man. Looks kind of gross. Kind of gross, but also not kind of gross. Again, it's not like we're seeing all this crazy damage below, you know, going lower than this low back here at 2008, 22, or whatever. It's just, you know, it was going straight up, or on a constant uptrend since September 27th. So like over a month of just up. All right, retraces is just normal. It's just what happens after month-long runs up. So comes back down, starts presenting retrace areas. As far as Ethereum goes, I mean, as long as you make a higher low in price here, so as long as you do something like this, right, and swing above this low back here, I mean, you're going to paint hidden bullish divergence, which would just be a continuation. Now, at that point, you'd have to break these levels of resistance again. So, you know, you would have to confirm by breaking those levels, but could still just paint, you know, hidden bullish divergence, continue to the upside. If we take a look at the weekly, no bearish divergence on the weekly, which is good. That's fine. Potentially an evening doji star, so that's a pretty bearish candle confirmation. But again, you know, the fact that there's no divergence on that star, it's good. The trend is so bullish too, so, you know, we'll keep an eye on it. All right, but unlike here where it had, you know, a bit of a similar thing, this is not a doji star. This is just an evening. This is just a straight up evening star. I mean, that weekly candle, 41% down. But there was no support looking left at that time, right? The only support really. What am I on right now? Binance? Okay. Not that much history. It goes back to 2017. Yeah, there's a little peek back here from February 15th of 2021, right? So that's where it kind of sold off, had a big candle. That was right around the COVID crash. So that's probably like a 78%, or right around the 786. So made sense for that to be an area of support. But now you're above those two. All right, one top, two top. You're above it. Hold that before potentially going higher levels. You're no longer, well, you're not overbought on the RSI, so that's good. 3-day is showing a little bit of Class A bearish divergence, so it's real, man. It's real. I'm not going to get up here and just say good things all the time. I want Bitcoin for my Kwanzaa present. I didn't know you celebrated Kwanzaa, dude. I thought you were from Utah. I thought you were a very white male from Utah. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe. 2021. People could be whatever they want to be, right? You could be a female that celebrates. You could be a female Mormon that celebrates Kwanzaa. You know the rules, Robbie. You want BTC, we cam a snuff film. It's the eighth most common holiday in Utah. Eighth of what, 8? Are there 8 holidays around that time that are... Is Kwanzaa about Jesus? I don't really... What is Kwanzaa about? Do they celebrate Jesus, or is it somebody else? Jesus Christ.
I trust everything's going swimmingly.
Yeah, man. Well, Rob, hey, dude. Let's hear it for... Let's get a Bitcoin rally so Rob has a happy Kwanzaa. Robert. I almost said your full name because it's very white, but I'm not going to do that. Okay? Let's be professional here. But yeah, that's Ethereum. Fell out of this little channel. Yuck. And, heading down to prior levels of historical support. 4-hour catching that moving average. Cool. Convergence as far as the oscillators go. We'll go ahead, throw a trend line on this. This is what you're going to want to break on the way back up with the RSI. That's where you'll probably see a good move. But I do like to see it regarding the 200-day moving average here, holding this level at 4,038. Let's see if it can, man. I don't know. Bitcoin below 62,000 right now. Cool. All right. I want to take a look here at Cardano real quick. Yuck. Also down. What the heck? 3 point. Oh, man. All right. That's okay. Because remember, this little green box and this red box is really the range. So you could come down, test that before heading back up. I did want you to stay above this this demand line that it had broken, right? You broke out of it, came up, tested 238 for the 50th time before getting rejected and coming down. Cardano just doesn't feel like making money. Everything else making their own kind of structures. Cardano's really kind of alone in its own little world. And the reason being, it has such a high market cap that it can do that. A lot of the other altcoins have similar market caps, so their charts look similar, makes sense. Cardano's a big boy and feels like doing its own thing. You really don't want to break below $1.88 and then $1.76. Okay, if you break below that, I mean, you're heading down here to like $1.50 area. That's a pretty major level. So Bitcoin needs to get that together. Bitcoin dumps, man. You could see that. You could see Cardano go down there. And I mean, really, that would be a retrace, right? You'd be getting down in like the 786 areas, which I don't think, yeah, I mean, you could probably see a harmonic play out in that area. Come down here, 50% retrace. Yeah, we'll say it's about, that works, about 50%. Come down here to like the 886 or something, down at $1.25. Looking left, more likely the 786. So maybe a Gartley? You might have a Gartley in play here. Yeah, 575, not really Gartley. That's a little scuffed up too. 382. Maybe. We'll see. Not textbook, but I mean, if you break below that, you're probably heading down to 786. That's where you're going to get these areas. Look back here from July 5th. Peak here, March 18th, right? Could see some support down there if it gets there. At that point, it's below the 200-day moving average. It is below the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour, so that's not great. Regarded here, November 15th. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Bitcoin just gets act together. Everything else is going down. All right, let's move it back over to Streamless here. All right, let's take a look at the total market cap real quick. Yeah, dumping. At this point today, I mean, yesterday it was down. Today was down 2.33. The new candle's already dropped about 3.15. So, better say my cash holder for a week or so is what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, see, it's tough. It's tough to say because look how this is just holding, right? 61,810 is holding like a dang rock. If it closes a daily below that, even a 4-hour, if you get a 4-hour candle close below that, let's see if the hourly is giving you anything. You did have, no, you didn't even have, you kind of did. You kind of had hidden bullish divergence going on, but the momentum's just building again. It is oversold on the 1-hour, so maybe that's an argument that some buying is going to come in to hold this level. Maybe. All right, but you're close, man. And if you fall below that, say at 59,618, and then the alts are they're gonna react as well. So if you've got some cash on the side, I would hang on to it, have it ready. This doesn't mean sell either, right? There's no confirmation yet that this is happening, and even if, right, oh god, you draw down another 3.37%. All right, it's not like you're looking at like a 50% flop down or something. 3% to your next level, 5% to the one after that. Shouldn't be anything crazy. You're only really that upset about it if you bought up here, at 67, and now you're down, 8%. Feels bad, of course, but you shouldn't be buying here, dude. If you're buying up here, you're not listening to a dang word I'm saying, and you're doing it wrong. Right now, you're kind of licking your chops. You're going, oh, baby. It's going to reverse 50% down to the bottom. Hell yeah, dude. I'm going to scoop some more up. Make some more money. Also, and we're going to talk on this because Danny specifically here, because I know you took that avalanche trade. It hit the second target at 98, and I put that in the Discord, so I'm hoping that you took at least your second target of profit. You should have already taken your first target, where you sold out a third of the position. I sold out another third today when it hit 99. All right, so it's now at $89. Maybe I'll get back in. I'll just kind of re-put it back in at these lower levels. Taylor's alarm is going off, and it's driving me cuckoo. I did. I'm actually out of it now. Oh, all right, so you sold out completely. That's fine too, man. That's fine too. Might be a good move considering what Bitcoin's doing right now. But yeah. So yeah, Cardano, want to keep it above $1.88. Hold on a sec. I will be right back just because I don't know if you guys can hear it. You probably can't, but there's just this ringing going on downstairs. Give me 1 sec. Ah, right. Much better.
Money.
Dang, dude, you caught me. I did. Did you like that? The brick wall with the neon light and stuff, dude. I know, I'm technical. That's the whole point, man. Keep it technical, not just on the charts, but just in life with everything. You gotta be with the times. Bricks, dude. Everybody likes bricks. That was cool. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Nice.
All right. Total market cap, right. Down. Levels of support. This peak back here, May 12th, at about $2.583 trillion. Could absolutely get there. Right. Hit 3 trillion. Yummy. And now it's selling off. And look, though, if you can start to pivot above this level here from October 27th at those levels of support, then it's just hidden bullish divergence into the promised land, all right? Past 3 trillion, maybe 3.2. We'll see. But it's also at the pattern completion zone of this ABCD pattern. So now that is at the 1618, which is, I believe, the max height for the shark, but could see something like a shark down here. I mean, good lord, I kind of hope not, but down to the 886, that puts you about 1.32. I don't know about all that. You do have a lot of support here. At that point, you'd make a lower low and everything. So, I mean, I hope that doesn't happen. But if it does, everything would be way down, which is just another opportunity to get in. Nice. Okay, let's take a look at Filecoin here. Doing some interesting stuff. Showing a little bit of a let me move it back to the daily. A little bit of a double bottom kind of thing. Again, with Bitcoin selling off, it's going to dump a little. I don't know what all these numbers mean. You keep firing off numbers. They're support and resistance levels. Okay, so when I say 52.32 here, like you have to look at this candle October 27th, see where the wick goes down. The wick is the lowest price that it got to where traders bought it back up. Okay, and the reason you'll say that can be a level is because it was regarded once back here from February 14th, right? Got back up to there again, touched it here on February 9th. So one time is okay, but what you really want to do is look left and see how many times that level of support touches it. You really want to go left to right to set up your levels of support. So I'd put one right here, right, from this valley, June 22nd. I would put one right here, touches twice, once, twice, right? And that's just on the day people are buying it back up at that price. So confirming it as support. Yeah, dude, watch the sandwich video. Danny, you watched the sandwich video? Nice. I need to make some more of those things. I'll probably do, I think my next one, the last one I did was divergence. Then the next one I'll do will probably be something with like harmonics, just to kind of explain what they are, because they're a little bit funky, they're a little bit advanced, but they're necessary and they can really help you find a good edge.
Wow, what a great audience!
But cool. Cool it, Buster. Nah, man. We're going at light speed here, alright? Full on drive. But, yeah, you could come back down, test 52. I think, yeah, 52.43 again. It is seemingly right now touching this level of support here, right? Back from May 18th, May 23rd. It's touching it, testing it as we speak. I mean, there's 22 hours to go on that. You get a big red on this 4-hour, below the 200-day moving average. It's kind of been regarding that for the last, for a while now, over the last few days. But, and this is what I wanted to take a look at, because I couldn't look at this before the stream, because literally as I started the stream, everything started selling off. You like ham and cheese? Of course you do, dude. You're from Utah. You're a guy from Utah that celebrates Kwanzaa. I know you like ham and cheese. Throw a little mayo on it, maybe? Some potato chips. But yeah, you're still holding as far as the weekly goes, this level here, so $52 really is the important level for Filecoin. All right, so stay there. The weekly is starting to develop negative momentum again, so keep an eye on it, man. If Bitcoin keeps going, not fantastic, but as we were, they're showing these accumulation kind of structures, right? You got your low, confirmation low at a higher level regarding previous levels like February 8th, right? That peak there as support. So it's still okay, but it's not going anywhere unless Bitcoin can start turning around, all right? So the good news is that it's not violently dumping off and breaking these levels of support. So if it starts breaking these levels, that's when you might want to get a little bit concerned. But for the time being, yeah, it's just bearish convergence, right? Not any divergence or anything like that. So you got to get above that 200-day moving average, and you have to hold these levels. But if you could do that, and if Bitcoin can, even if Bitcoin sells off down to these and starts gathering strength, if Filecoin can still just hold these levels while it's doing that, that will just be a further testament to Filecoin's ability to hold at these levels, which when Bitcoin does start going back up, that's when Filecoin will have the confirmation it needs for traders to go on to higher prices, all right? Filecoin, files, cool, exciting.
Okay!
Are you guys having a killer time?
Let's move it over to Litecoin real quick. Oh, all right. I want to take a look at the weekly right now. So you need to stay above 234. That's really the neckline of this cup with handle. Filecoin is rad. Yeah, dude. They I don't know. They like developed a blockchain for filing things, I guess. You put your files on a blockchain. Probably $1 billion idea, but if they can pull it off. That's the thing with most of these is like they have to be able to actually do what they say they're going to do, and a lot of them are just kind of theories and speculation at this point. But if they can pull it off, I mean, goodbye file cabinets. And I mean, if we're going into the metaverse, everything would have to kind of be like crypto, right? Like you're not going to bring cash into the metaverse. You're going to be using, whether it's a digital dollar or whatever it is, you're going to be using digital currencies in a digital world, right? It just kind of makes sense. I mean, that's probably where the U.S., the digital dollar would come in, and then the U.S. could track every single penny you spend and shut your account down if they don't like what you say. Whatever, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of that, but who knows? We'll see. One day you may be putting your files on Filecoin's blockchain network, and their coin will be worth, I don't know. Where are we thinking this thing's going? In time, if Bitcoin gets its act together, it's coming back up to 120. When it breaks that, that's the neckline, like you're seeing on Litecoin, right? It broke its neckline, and it's currently trying to hold it. And that's the point, right? The weekly needs to confirm a hold of the neckline. That is the confirmation of the cup with handle formation before running to higher levels. And the measured move, the is going to be the bottom of the structure to the neckline, and you're going to plop it right on the neckline. Okay, that will put you right up around $397, $400, which is right in line with the all-time high from May 10th. Okay, but again, if Bitcoin dies, the cup with handle dreams probably die with it. Yo, Nick, yo. And the hosts of that storage get tokens in exchange, from what I understand anyway. Yes. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Okay.
They get tokens for storage, whatever that means. That's the thing about you, Danny. No, here's the thing, Danny. And I know that might come across like, oh yeah, what are you... You probably know much more than I do about the actual applications of the coins. That's something I've kind of fallen off from. I look just more at the charts and the price movement and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, you're probably 100% correct. I just don't really know. I'm just kind of ignorant to that kind of stuff. So that's an area I can improve. I need to beef up my fundamental stuff a little, because fundamental stuff is important, right? The coin has to have a real application, has to be useful for it to succeed, like in the long run, right? And then the technicals just hopefully will move along. And I mean, here's the thing with the technicals too, man. You can even look at like the monthly. Okay. I mean, just looking at the monthly here, last month, October, you had a bullish engulfing candle. Nice. Follow through price has been pretty good as far as this month. You have 14 days until the monthly closes, but another pretty solid green candle here would confirm bullish sentiment on the monthly time scale for Litecoin. You even had a monthly, kind of a dragonfly doji going on the monthly here, slash doji star. Doji Morning Star on the monthly, right? So, I mean, this thing, for months, you could see this thing do. And when you move down to the weekly and the daily time frames, it's going to be like this, okay? But you like to see monthly stuff like this happening. This bullish candle confirmation, this 3-candle area here, with a bullish engulfing in October. Yeah, for sure could see that go up past 414, this prior high here. That's what it looks like on the monthly. That's what it looks like it's going to do. Not overbought or anything. So in the short term, things look bad sometimes, but if you just zoom out and look at longer time frames, sometimes it just comforts you, depending on what your time frame is. If you like Litecoin and you want to accumulate it and hang on to it for a year, then take a look at the monthly. Why not? Okay, it's not a swing trade timetable, but if you're, there's certainly nothing wrong with investing in coins for the long term. That's how I am with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Nick, what's up? Dude, you just gonna come and say yo and then just bounce? I realized I only gave Taylor a spin too.
Test your luck.
Danny gets one. He's been in here the longest tonight. Oh! Sorry, dude.
Test your luck.
Nick, you'll get another. All right, Nick, here you go. This is for Nick. Ah, dude, I know he didn't want it. He had a feeling he was going to be a peasant tonight. Nick, peasant as well. And for Rob. Knew it. That's what you get for disrespecting Kwanzaa, dude. You come in here talking about, let's celebrate Kwanzaa, you peasant. Okay, that was for not me. That's for someone else's ghost watching right now. I can feel it. I can't see it, but I can feel it. So that's not me for sure. So I'm going to give myself one now. And when I say I'm going to give myself one now, I mean I'm going to give myself one now because, oh yeah. Because your boy gets the god of the underworld again. Your soul is mine. That's right. Your soul is mine. Everybody that got peasant. Yeah, Nick, okay. You can say whatever you want to do. That doesn't mean it's true. Oh, now Danny's going to jump on the bandwagon. Look at all the peasants coming at the god. All right, whatever, dude. Peasants unite. Nope. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. You know what you can do? You can come over, spin it yourself. And if you can figure out how to make it land on God, I'll give you a one whole Bitcoin. I'll give you 10 attempts to do that. If you can't figure it out in 10 attempts, then you owe me one Bitcoin. Hopefully it stops dropping. And you owe me a Bitcoin for whatever the price is on the 10th attempt. So if Bitcoin skyrockets by then, by whenever you come over and try it, let's say it's 100 grand, you owe me 100 grand.
Nice! Nice!
I put her to sleep. $500. Yeah, man. So that's Litecoin. All right. Holding on for dear life, like most things right now. But if Bitcoin falls through, I would really hate for this cup with handle that so beautifully broke out to fail, man. But that's just the way it is in crypto. Okay, things can look really nice, at least for now, right? At least in 2021. Maybe in 2025, coins will decouple from Bitcoin and they'll have their own things like the stock market. Even the stock market, though, if certain companies or whatever sell off and fail, it affects the rest of the market sometimes. But $500 that I will proceed to invest in Bitcoin. Now, you will invest nothing because you will be wrong. I will invest that money in Filecoin. But that's Litecoin, man. All right. Let's take a look at Avalanche real quick. Right, I talked about it a little bit before, but why, it hit the second target up here. Why was this the second target? Because it was the 1618 Fibonacci extension from the high, the recent swing high, to the swing low. Okay, first target up here at the previous all-time high. Actually, it was at the 1272. So the 1272 was the target there, and that was based off of the weekly morning star, all that kind of stuff. But the 1272 was the first target, 1618 was the second target, and then I just made the 2618 the third target. That's up at 128.42, so that's where I would sell out the rest of my position, taking the rest of the gains, and then take that capital and spend it however the frick I want, or reapply it into the market at a coin that's at a high value area, showing an edge, and just do it all over again, right? Just keep it rolling. All right. But yeah, hit the second target today, was cool, and then immediately started selling off, right? And it makes sense, right? The 1618, the golden mean ratio, starting to sell off from there. And yes, Bitcoin's doing its own thing too, but you cannot say that the technical analysis, the indicator, the Fibonacci level was not respected. Also part of this trend line here, back from September 23rd. Stuff doesn't work all the time, but it works enough to make me a believer, okay? That's it, man. That's Avalanche. Hope you took some profits. I know, Danny, I think you were the only one in on that one. But you took all of your profits. Good for you, man. Cool.
Okay!
I wanted to take a look at VRA. VRA was actually a notable gainer on the day. It was up 8.53%. That's what it closed. And it was showing some pretty serious hidden bullish divergence. Still is, right? As long as it stays above this low back here from October 15th and continues to pivot. This MACD, you can see, lower low, right? Higher low in the price, showing hidden bullish divergence. Again, if Bitcoin sells off, believer. Nah, dude, you're hearing things, man. One less lonely girl. I don't know. One less lonely girl. What else does he do? Baby. I hated Baby. What else does he do? Living in a fast car. I'm not going anywhere. Maybe we can make it clear. He did a cover of that, I think. Not bad. It was okay. But no, dude. I said believer. Ver. V. VVRA. Believeracity. I'm a believeracity-er. Okay. But yeah. If Bitcoin falls, veracity coming down to 5.6 cents. If it falls below that, it probably gets supported at about 5.1. And this peak back here from September 4th. I've only seen 4 concerts. Yeah, dude. You know who I have actually seen live? Shawn Mendes and Charlie Puth. Saw that live. I'm pretty sure I was the only straight male in his 20s there. I got chirped at by many young girls that were like 12 years old. Like, I'm standing in line, they look back at me, they're like, ugh. And I was like, whoa. They made that noise. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's your problem? And they didn't have an answer, right? They just turned around and, like, I don't know who raised these things, but they were very rude. And then the only other people that were there were just kind of like regular girls, right? In their like 20s or whatever. And then men with lots of glitter making out with other men, right? Which is your prerogative. Do your thing, whatever makes you happy. But it just wasn't really my scene. But with all that being said, they put on a good show, okay? I'm not going to knock them and say that it wasn't good. They sounded good live. They made it entertaining. I bought a $20 16-ounce beer, okay? It was okay. A little uncomfortable, but it was okay. But they put on a good show. Would I go back? Probably not. But could have been worse, I suppose. I don't know any of these people. You don't know Shawn Mendes and Charlie Puth, dude? Yeah, okay. Okay. Sounds like somebody's a little, you're like that guy that's just like, nah, dude. I would never even hug my guy best friend. I would never even hug him. That's how straight I am. I've never even heard of Shawn Mendes. You know how I know you're straight, dude? You've never even heard of Shawn Mendes. You came home with a lot of glitter on your face. Yeah, but that's just because they were just dancing around, like bopping into me and stuff. And the person I went with actually spilled a beer on like a mom that was in front of us and then got in like an altercation with the mothers. I mean, there were some uncomfortable moments for sure. But all in all, man, they put on a decent show, and I had a few beers, so I was feeling all right. Again, wouldn't go back, but it wasn't the worst thing. Got so many phone numbers: Brian, Mike, Fred. Nah, I hate Freds, dude. I don't like Freds, so I would never get a Fred's phone number. Nothing against you if your name is Fred, personally. Frederick, Ricky, whatever you want to call yourself. I certainly wouldn't date a Fred. I don't know why. Just not my preference. But would I do it all again? Yeah, what the hell are you talking about? Dude, Rob, whatever, man. Shut your face. VRA. Hidden daily bullish divergence. If it falls through because of Bitcoin, it'll fall through. Selling off a little bit on the 4 hour. No bearish divergence or anything. That's good. The weekly no bearish divergence, not overbought. Still sitting at around 63.03. Still respecting the trend line here, which is shown here on the daily, okay? So still holding above it. It touched it, but it is holding above. Holding this level back here from October 11th. So get that going, and you can see higher prices. You're not seeing any higher prices unless Bitcoin turns around. All right. All right, Rob, you want to see some tech? What would you like me to look at something specifically? Okay. When stuff is just kind of selling off and not really doing anything, or stuff's going sideways, I mean, sometimes you just talk about other things. It is a bear day, man. Have you gotten into Solana yet? No. I haven't gotten into Solana. Main reason being just because it's been up so high. But let's take a look at it real quick. I want to see, because again, with Bitcoin doing this thing, a lot of stuff is selling off. So let's see what Solana is not really one of them. I mean, on the day so far today, down 2.73%. You're pretty close. I mean, I don't really see how you don't develop. I think I'm allergic to Solana. I don't think you're going to make a lower low than what you had back here on October 12th. So you've already developed a fair amount of negative momentum. Really, you have a low here. It didn't go red on the momentum, but you have a low here from October 28th on Solana. So if you can make a higher low above that, you'll confirm hidden bullish divergence and a lot of it. And as long as you make a higher low from back here on October 12th, so I mean, really, you could kind of come down and do something like that before developing hidden bullish divergence on the daily. I mean, Solana still looks pretty tough. The selling that's going on, it's not selling off as much as some other altcoins are. The 4 hour, not showing any bearish divergence. Okay, you had these higher peaks on the RSI going along with that higher price, so that is good. Even on the shorter time frames, the weekly, you're still overbought, and this is why I'm not buying Solana right now. I mean, look how much, right? This is back from July of this year. It's up 800% from July. So while it could very well keep going, it's just not currently at an area that makes sense for a strategic long position. You kind of missed the boat on it. I feel like that was more so back around here, like back in July when it was starting to sell off. Fibonacci levels came down 786, right? Once, twice, 3 times at the 200-day moving average that time, showing Class A, double Class A bullish divergence. All right, so made much more sense to be buying it back here. I mean, you're at all-time highs, man. So, yeah, we will look at it, dude, all right? We will. You don't really want to be buying it at all-time highs, especially with Bitcoin doing what it's doing. So while it's reacting not too bad, kind of like Avalanche. Avalanche only down 2.4, right? Some coins are barely moved by it, but if Bitcoin can't hold this level and it's uncertain at this point, you could see it break this trend line and head down to, lower levels. 216 is a major level of support for Solana. If it breaks that, you're probably heading down to like 183. So 183 would be about a 21% drop. So it's not reversing back towards the upside yet. It's still just building negative momentum. So until I start seeing some reversal signs there, I would wait on Solana. Still above the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour. It's good. So in the end, you'll probably end up painting hidden bullish divergence, but like that's what I mean. Wait for it to come down here. Wait for like 182 before getting in on Solana, okay? It can develop a much better area to get in at. Okay. ORTX. Take a look. I have a feeling it's a bio stock. Who'd have thunk it? Rob only buys bio stocks, but that's okay. I didn't mean to press that first one. It's this. Dude, this is on the daily. It's just been in a downtrend since 2018. And is there a particular reason that you wanted me to take a look at this? I mean, it's just consistently making lower highs, lower lows. Maybe you're in like you're in a broadening type of pattern. I want you to tell me it will get better, obviously. Are you in this right now? Let me look. I mean, at this point, you're saving grace. You're looking for some Class A bullish divergence. And what you're showing is hidden bearish divergence. So let me just show you real quick what I'm talking about. All right, this peak here from momentum on the MACD. Notice you have a higher high on the MACD, all right? Pay attention. High, you have a higher high on the MACD. The line is sloping up. You also have it on the RSI. Okay, so you've got an upsloping line on the oscillators, and yet you have a lower high in price. Okay, so that is what is called hidden bearish divergence, which signals a continuation to the downside. All right, it shows weakness of the asset. And looking left, I mean, you're literally just in no man's land. There's no support or anything down here. All right, maybe Fibonacci levels can help you out. So I mean, you're currently at the 1414, showing hidden bearish divergence on the daily. Nothing helping you on the 4-hour. Nothing helping you on the weekly either. All right, you don't really have, I mean, maybe a little Class A, but it's pretty weak, and that's only on the MACD. I'm going to be completely honest with you, man. You're probably breaking the 1414, and you're probably heading down here to like the 1618. All right, so you're probably heading down to around 75 cents. Can you tell me why you bought it? Is there a particular reason? And that's a 56% drawdown from where it currently is, man. So, I don't know. There's nothing good about Orchard Therapeutics right now. I mean, way below the 200-day moving average, below... Well, let's see. Let's see if Maybe this little more recent. Maybe you're in like a falling wedge or something. Okay, I mean, you're kind of in like a falling wedge type of trend. Yeah, we'll put it like here. A little bit of a fake out. It doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, you're in like a falling wedge, but I'm not seeing... Let me see. Nah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like it. Daily's selling off. Maybe trying to build again. I don't know. They work on rare disease stuff. Yeah, I mean, do they ever cure anything? Not trying to be snooty, but this chart implies that they haven't cured a damn thing since they've started working on disease stuff. Did they originate coronavirus, perhaps? I'm looking for a soundbite. Hold on. Anything? Nope. Maybe this.
Come on, man.
Not yet. They don't. Yes. I mean, yeah. It's tricky, man. If you're buying companies because of that, you're really kind of banking on news-driven catalysts, right? Like they've had success in a trial or something, and that stuff can go either way, right? They could either fail in the trial or they could succeed. It's kind of a coin toss. So I don't know what led you to them. Whoever, maybe you spoke with somebody and some promising stuff developing or whatever, but that's not technical analysis. Technically, this looks pretty bad. It is sort of starting to show a wedge, so you'll want to see something like this where you break out, okay, and then come down and hold that level and confirm it as support before going again. But right now, man, it's just selling off, just making higher or making lower highs, making lower lows. So this is definitely not something I would touch yet. I would wait for it to confirm a bottom before coming up, and then retesting that bottom before going again, maybe showing some kind of divergence at that point. But right now, I see no end in sight as far as the bottom for Orchard Therapeutics. Maybe the 1618, but that's 50% off. So meh. Not great. All right. Let's take a look at the overall tech sector. All right. I know Tesla was selling off a little bit today, which makes sense. It's been on a crazy run. Go ahead, move it to the weekly. I mean, this is just playing off of some hidden bullish divergence. Okay, so lower low on the oscillator, higher low in price. I believe the RSI also had it. Yeah, slightly. Okay, so this can continue playing. It is in a bit of a rising wedge type of structure, so you could see some kind of fallout, but nothing implying exhaustion on the weekly as far as the overall tech sector. This is like the same thing as the Dow Jones. Guess a number, 27. You can see it better on the daily here too. But yeah, man. Not overbought anymore. There's no bearish divergence on it. So the market right now, man, the stock market just continuously going up. I don't really know what else to say about it. Doesn't matter what kind of bad news comes out. They just will sign a $1.5 trillion bill. They'll print some odd $100 billion here. $498,000. I'm going to leave since you guessed wrong. All right, man. Hey, dude, that's your right as an American. You want to leave because I couldn't guess a 6-digit number? That's fine. Just make sure you hit the like on the way out. But yeah, QQQ looking fine. If anything, might come down and test 382 before playing off that weekly hidden bullish divergence. All right. Moved over, take a look. I want to see if there's any damage done to Zilliqa. Zilliqa still respecting the trend line for now. This is an important level. It has fallen below this peak back here from December 21st of 2020 at around 9.96 cents. The daily also closing below it, below the 200-day moving average. Touched it a couple times the last couple days. only chance of hitting bullish divergence is if you can stay above 9.1 cents. So really your major level of support is down here like 7.4. And at that point, see if we have any kind of confluence going on. It's right around the 50% retrace too from this low back here in July. 7.4 cents in between 618 and the 786. 6.6 makes a little bit more sense. Lines up with the 786. I wonder if you have some kind of Gartley structure there. Not really. It's a little deep for that. I mean, if you size it up like here, down here at the 786. A little scuffed. Not textbook, but we'll see, man. I don't like this close below this peak back here from December of 2020. So we'll see on Zilliqa. I think this was another one that was showing somewhat of a cup with handle type structure. Didn't play it out. Fall below that trend line. It's not great, man. It's not great. All right, 5 days to do that on the weekly, but yeah, if it breaks below that, it's heading down to 7.4 cents, which is where I would look to potentially take an entry. All right. What's going on, guys? Who's in here right now? Say what's up. If you want me to look at something, throw it in here. I got one more thing. I think Texas Roadhouse I want to take a look at. It did well on the day. I thought I had it in here for a reason. Why did I have Texas Roadhouse in here? One, because their bread is just phenomenal, right? I mean, we can all agree on that. I didn't even write down why I had it in here. I don't even know why I had it in here. A little bit of a falling wedge type of structure, though. And potentially painting some pretty serious hidden bullish divergence. So this is a stock that we're looking at. No love for Longhorn. Nah, dude. Texas Roadhouse is way better than Longhorn Steakhouse. You kidding me? Are you serious? I don't think I've ever been to Longhorn. That's how bad it is. No, Longhorn Steakhouse gets no love in this chat. It's all about Texas Roadhouse. And because Texas Roadhouse has a falling wedge, Longhorn is way better. What? Are they the ones with like the blooming onions or whatever? Who has the blooming onions? Is that Texas? Listen to your girl. You know what? Sometimes, man, you can't just listen to your girl all the time, right? You got to challenge her sometimes. If you just say yes all the time, then you just get steamrolled. When was the last time you even went to Texas Roadhouse? Isn't Texas Roadhouse? Oh, Outback. That's where we went with my father, right? Is that Outback? I don't know, dude. There's like 4 of them. Texas Roadhouse, Longhorn Steakhouse, Outback, Austin Fillets, Outback, whatever. Outback Steakhouse. Okay, well, Texas Roadhouse looking yummy as far as the chart is concerned, okay? If this chart were a steak, it would be a medium rare ribeye. Because it's also starting to show Class A coming down, right? Started to have some negative momentum, but weak. Starting to move back towards the upside at levels of historical support. Back here from March 22nd, right? Falling wedge type of structure, hitting bullish divergence. This is on the weekly time scale too, so you can see this thing play out pretty far. A little bit of a fake out below the 200-day moving average. You want to break this trend line, get back above it, but as long as you hold this peak back here from like February, should be okay. I like the weekly though. That should play out into the longer term future. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and invest in Texas Roadhouse, take the profit, and then go buy a steak And then it's going to be better than Outback and whatever else we're talking about. Roadhouse, Outback, Texas Roadhouse, and Longhorn. Get your steakhouses right. Well, now you have to look at Longhorn to compare. I don't even know if they're public. They might be such a scrub that they're not even public. They're private. They're scared. Longhorn. Let me see. Yeah, see? Where's it at? How about you come out of hiding, Longhorn? Get in the game. Be competitive. You too scared to come out and compete against Texas Roadhouse? Is it because they have a falling wedge showing hidden bullish divergence, maybe? They probably have good bread too. Who has the bloomin' onions? Nobody answered that question. Bloomin' onions? Anybody? Outback? I don't know if they're public either. Are they public? Outback Goldfields Corp. Look at this beauty.
What, you're selling fruit bowls or something?
I don't know what this is. This is weird. This is weird, and I'm not gonna look at it anymore. Look it up, Outback. Darden Restaurants owns what? Outback? Okay, so Outback has the bloomin' onions. Okay, there you go, Tay. All right, look at you throwing dickers in here.
Nice.
NYC DRI. All right, dude, let's take a look. DRI. Darden Restaurants. I mean, their name is Darden. Just filled a gap. Interesting. That's so. Here's another little tidbit, little lesson that happens a lot of times in the market. When things gap like this, a gap is just shot up like that, right? And it's just a gap between the candlesticks. They will oftentimes, not always, but they will oftentimes fill. So they'll create this gap. If it's gap up, it'll usually not gap down, but come down and fill the gap, as you can see right here, before doing whatever it's going to do. Right at that point, it could come back up. Depends on what the asset is showing. But I mean, it's the same thing here, right? So gapped up, came down, and filled the gap. So that's just something to keep in mind with gaps on charts. That you'll see that happen quite often. But they have filled their gap, and they have also painted hidden bearish divergence on the daily. So they have a higher high on the oscillator. Now this is just on the MACD, so not too bad. Let me zoom out a little bit here. This kind of looks like what the banks are doing, right? They're crash. Dang, man. Darden Restaurants got smashed by COVID. I guess that makes sense, but at their highest point of loss, they were, oh my God, they were down 78.67%. That was in a matter of 22 days. In a matter of 22 days, they were down 78%. So if you were heavily invested in Darden Restaurants, Outback Steakhouse, you got wrecked during COVID. But if you would have bought in at that point, I mean, you'd be up. Oh, wow. About 470%, 480%. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Why did it get caught there? Was there any kind of historical support? Yeah. This peak back here from February 4th, and then this level of support here November 9th. And these are multi-year levels. So I wonder if it lines up with a Fibonacci extension as well. The 113. Kind of fits, I guess, but yeah, lined up with levels of historical support where it got its support. I want to take a look, see if it's fallen out of any kind of trend or anything. Been going sideways for a little while. 3-line strike on the weekly before selling off a little bit. Longhorn, it's not Outback. Oh, Longhorn? I thought we were looking at Outback this whole time. I need a soundbite where when I get pissed. I don't have anything.
Don't be rude.
I don't really have anything. This is just a happy stream. They own Olive Garden too? Oh, okay. Hey, well, I mean, they're above the 200-day moving average. They're gapping up a little bit. They are showing some hidden bearish divergence, so could see it come back down and test the 200-day moving average again before running to higher prices. And I think the... weekly doesn't really show that. The weekly actually shows some pretty nasty Class A bearish divergence, so that's probably because their breadsticks are so disgusting. What about a soundbite when you mix up the stocks? That might be this one.
What am I gonna do?
Might be that one. And I'm not mixing up the stocks, dude. I just don't know who owns these trash restaurants. I have nothing personally against these guys. Hey, they might, I don't even know which one I've been to. I think I've been to Outback. So Outback is Blooming Brands. So Outback is the Bloomin' Onions or whatever, I guess. Okay, they're okay. Wherever I went with my father was okay too. Bloomin'? Oh yeah, BLMN. Nah, are you being serious? And they own the Bloomin' Onions? Is that why they call it that? Let's take a look at the daily. Maybe the daily. Daily below the 200-day moving average. Yuck, man. Making lower highs, lower lows. Let's see where you're heading. I don't really see too much. Maybe 1843. You're below the 200-day moving average on the weekly for the first time since December of 2020. It's not good. Building negative momentum, going towards oversold. Yeah, I wouldn't buy Bloomin' Brands as a stock at all. They're just, bearish convergence. Even on the shorter time frame, just building negative momentum. Yeah, kind of just rolling over. Kind of just doing one of these guys. Bloomin' looks bloomin' awful. But this music, though. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
All right. That's pretty much it. I don't really know that I have much else to talk about. I just want to get on here. I know that Bitcoin was starting to roll over. Let's move back to that real quick. All right. I mean, it's looking better, right? The farther away from 61,810, the happier I am. So you really want to get off that as far as possible and close, especially even on these shorter time scales. No hidden bullish divergence on the hourly anymore. That's been wiped out. It is a little oversold on the hourly, so maybe that could be an indicator to start pushing this back towards the upside to get a close higher above this. You really want to get back above the 200-day moving average. I mean, you haven't been below the 200-day moving average since October 1st. So you want to get back above that. That's it's not great to be below that. All right. That's it. So that's Bitcoin, man. Okay. Close above this, get away from 61,810 and try to start rallying back to the upside. Otherwise, it's going back down to 59,618. From there, 58,390. And the altcoins will follow no matter how good they look technically. All right. And really, down here at 53,000, that's the 50% retrace from this recent run, which Bitcoin does all the time. That's where I'd be looking to scoop up a bunch, right? That's where I would make my bulk purchase of Bitcoin if you've got cash laying around. At these levels, you're testing support, right? There's no confirmation. Negative momentum building. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. I think I'm gonna try and switch it up, the times that I go live here. I think I might do like Monday through Thursday or something. Maybe throw one on a Sunday every now and then, just so we have an idea of what the week coming up is looking like. Just throw an hour or something. But yeah, some major dumpage on Bitcoin after breaking 63,680, which was expected. So win the battle of 61,810, and maybe you'll start to rally back towards the upside, but we will see. All right, and we'll take a look at it tomorrow. But if that's it, if nobody has anything they want me to take a look at, gonna wrap it up here. And just keep an eye on it, monitor it during this time. These are some critical areas that you need to be holding. These are the supports back here that we've been talking about. If you start breaking those things, they're called support for a reason, right? They're supposed to hold, so we'll see. Have your bags ready. All right, so that's it, guys. I appreciate everyone being here. Go ahead, hit the like button, the subscribe button. Throw a comment or something. Help me out with this damn algorithm so that other people can get in here and see this thing. Go check out some of my other videos. I'll probably put one up tomorrow of like some harmonics or something, just explain what they are, so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. Jump in the Discord. Everything is over there to the right. All right, join the Instagram, the Twitter, the Discord. Join the community, man. It's cool. It's a good time. It's fun. We try to keep it light here, all right? Technical analysis, just looking at charts all day long can fry your brain, man. It can get tiring. So that's why I throw in the sound bites. Right. That's why I throw in the memes and the music and everything, man. If you just look at this and there's nothing going on, it can be kind of boring if you're doing it traditionally, doing it the right way. So just trying to make it a little bit fun, man. All right? But that's it. I'm going to get going. Hang out with the pup a little bit. As always, remember, so important to keep it technical. All right, please.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not good enough.
Toasty!
My man.
Are you not entertained?
Nice! Nice! Nice!